Hi, I'm Mary Hartel, your Norwex Independent Sales Consultant. I'm going to demonstrate how Norwex's EnviroCloth can remove 99% of bacteria off of your surface using just our amazing microfiber. Um, for those of my friends and family that know me very well, they know that I struggle with contamination OCD, especially in regards to handling raw meats. So this was very difficult for me when we remodeled our kitchen, and as you can see, we have a granite countertop. When they told me in order to care for it, I could not use any disinfectants on the surface because after handling raw meats, you better believe that I had bleach, disinfectant, and that I was disinfecting all of my surfaces, wearing my rubber gloves. My hands never touch raw meat. Um, and so I didn't know what I was going to do when I cooked raw meat. If something splattered on my counter, how was I going to be able to clean it adequately to, in my mind, be clean and bacteria free? So when I learned about Norwex's microfiber cloth, which you clean with just water, and that it could remove everything off the surface using just this cloth and water, I was extremely excited because this was my solution. So I'm going to demonstrate this for you now. I have my raw chicken, which I will shortly be smearing all over my counter. And I have these Hygiena Pro Clean test swabs. Inspectors use these in kitchens and different food industry establishments in order to test for surface contamination. So the reason they use these to test for the presence of protein is because protein is one of the most difficult things to remove from the surface. So if you've removed protein from the surface, then you can be certain that the surface is contamination free. So you can see that there's a scale here. Purple means protein is present, and green means the surface is clean. So I'm going to take my piece of raw chicken, and I'm just gonna smear it on my counter. You can see I didn't touch it. Totally grossed out by raw meats. And then I'm going to swab the area. And I'm gonna break this and send the solution down into it. And you can see that it's already turning purple very quickly. So you can see that the surface is contaminated. Protein is present. So now I'm going to take the EnviroCloth and I'm just going to wipe the area where I had rubbed the chicken on the surface. And then I'm going to take the cloth that is chicken side up and lay it on my counter. So now I'll take the other test swab, swab the surface, put it back in, break it and send the solution down. And you can see that the surface is now clean. So you can see the comparison. It took me 6 months before, even after seeing this, to be able to trust the cloth. It was not something that was easy for me to do. We've been trained, marketed to our entire lives that we need to kill everything on our surface in order for it to be clean. So this concept of mechanically removing something for the surface was something that I had to learn. But after watching the test, performing the test numerous times, I have complete confidence that these cloths are removing everything from your surface. Just feeling the surface. After I clean anything in my house, feels very different than when I use harsh chemical cleaners to clean my surfaces. And I love that besides not using harsh chemicals on my surfaces, that I also don't have to worry about then rinsing them off of the surface. So it is much faster to be able to clean with these cloths in just water because you're not having to go over them again to remove the harsh chemicals so that you're then not taking them into your bodies through food, coming into contact with your surfaces that have had these disinfectants on them. I also wanted to show that your cloth, after you use it for to clean chicken. Sorry, there's like an actual piece of chicken on the cloth. If you were to go and rub this cloth somewhere else, that you aren't going to be transferring the germs from the cloth back then onto your surface. So I'm going to swab this area that I just used with the chicken, the same side of the chicken, and you'll see that it doesn't change to purple. So the cloth sucks up everything into the cloth and it holds onto it. And it's not until you go and rinse it in hot water that the fibers then will swell and release everything that's in the cloth, and most of it will go down the drain. Then whatever is left behind in the cloth, when you go and hang your cloth to dry overnight, the silver is going to go to work in the cloth and will self-purify the cloth so that when it is dry, you will be able to use it as if it were a fresh new cloth just out of the laundry. So it will take some time to train your brain to accept this new way of cleaning, but I promise you it has been amazing for me. Now when chicken spills in my refrigerator, you know, because they package it so that chicken juice spills out or blood from raw meats, it used to be cause me a major panic attack when that would happen. Now I can just grab my EnviroCloth, clean it up, no big deal. I'm not spraying bleach around other foods in my refrigerator. The Norwex EnviroCloth has just been a huge blessing in my life in regards to helping me handle and deal with raw meat. So thank you for watching.